Okay, we're going to take a look here at Chapter 11, Level 1 of the Pro Start textbook for food service equipment. So food service equipment is going to look a lot different in the culinary realm than it does at home. So when we look at equipment and tools, they are divided into categories according to their function: receiving, storing, preparing, holding, or serving. So the receiving area is the first stop in the flow of food. And if you remember lessons from the flow of food, that means every stop that food makes from the time that the restaurant takes it from the delivery to the moment it delivers the prepared food to its guests, that is the flow of food. So these are all steps in that flow of food that you see appear in the red. It is here that all the food deliveries enter the restaurant or food service operation. So before accepting the product, the very first step in the flow of food is to make sure that the quality and quantity of the items ordered against what you're actually getting. So did you order everything that you're getting? Are you missing anything? Making sure that those are at the right temperature and those are the right quality. You cannot accept chicken breasts that are supposed to be frozen and they're thawed and they're 50 degrees. You cannot accept that. That would potentially be at risk in the danger zone. So in receiving food, we have the receiving table area, and that is where we weigh, inspect, and check those delivered items. You're also going to find scales to make sure that things kind of weigh the same. You don't have to weigh every single thing. And if things are in a package and it says that it's 50 pounds of chicken, then it's probably going to be okay. You can do a little random. That's just going to be part of the facility that you work at standard. Utility carts that are located here, I've seen these referred to as a hand truck and a dolly. And I'm not really sure totally what the difference is, but essentially, don't pick up a big box by yourself. That's hard on your back. So put them here on a dolly and wheel them around. They're wonderful. A utility cart, we use these in the classroom, and those are generally plastic, molded shelving, or heavy steel. And these can also use to be carry things. Chutes, conveyors, dollies, dumbwaiters, elevators. These would all be part of that equipment as well. For storing food in the dry goods, all shelving has to be 6 inches up off of the floor for health department code. All perishable goods go into refrigerators and freezers immediately. They do not sit out, but dry goods, those can be stored a little bit later. So those would be your boxes and cans and dry stock storage that is non-perishable items. There are definitely some storage things I've seen for cans that you load them into the front and they shoot them out the bottom, and that's really good for FIFO. So make sure that you have some kind of method for FIFO. You can see in the picture here that these cans are just stored on the shelves. Make sure that they are getting stocked where the old ones are pulled to the front and the new ones are put in the back for FIFO. So these shelves must be stainless steel. These are strong and easy to clean. Wood is unacceptable for health departments. For refrigerators and freezers, you have two varieties: walk in or reach in. And the reach in, these can have full size or half size doors. They may or may not have window doors for display. They may or may not have doors on both sides, and they may or may not have wheels for mobility. So here's your photograph here. A walk-in is going to have a huge door. It's going to have shelving inside. Again, everything is 6 inches up off of the floor. Making sure that things are stored properly is important. And here's an example of a reach-in. And this one has half-size doors, wheels, and it's clear for display. It's really important to make sure that you keep the gaskets clean on these, or you can have a fail and your equipment won't work and it can get too hot. There's usually a rubber gasket. Sometimes they have to be replaced. For fridge and freezer safety, the temperature of refrigerators is between 32 and 41. Freezers are 0 or lower, and all products need to be labeled, dated, and FIFO'd. First in, first out. When you are storing food items, chicken would go on the bottom, ground beef or beef products would go above, eggs or prepared meat products, fresh foods would go on top of that, and then ready to eat foods would go on top. You can see in this photograph here, we have a pie. We certainly would not ever want to store that on the lower area where chicken would be. For cutters and mixers, actually, I'm going to make that a separate video.